Deep within the heart of Mexico lies a land rich in history and culture. A mighty empire once flourished here, known as the Aztecs. They were not just warriors, but also visionaries who transformed their environment. Masters of engineering and artistry, the Aztecs created intricate stone carvings and artifacts that have stood the test of time. They built their grand capital, Tenochtitlan, upon a lake. This city was a marvel of canals and causeways, a testament to their ingenuity and ambition. Their city rivaled the greatest in the world with its impressive architecture and bustling markets. From the Gulf Coast to the Pacific Ocean, their influence spread far and wide. The Aztecs were a people of strength and resilience. Their warriors were fierce, and their society was built on a foundation of conquest and tribute. Their empire was vast and powerful, but like all great empires, it faced challenges. The Aztecs collected tribute from conquered peoples, which fueled their economy and military might, yet their reign would not last forever. The year was 1519, a pivotal moment in history. A new era was dawning, one that would bring profound changes to the Aztec civilization and the world. This new era would forever alter the course of history, leaving an indelible mark on the Americas and beyond. Cortés and his men, armed with muskets and cannons, possessed technology unknown to the Aztecs. Their arrival was met with a mixture of curiosity and apprehension. The Aztec Emperor, Moctezuma II, saw these strangers as potentially divine beings, their arrival foretold in ancient prophecies. Moctezuma, guided by tradition and a belief in destiny, welcomed Cortés into Tenochtitlan. This fateful decision, born out of both curiosity and fear, would prove to be a grave miscalculation. It inadvertently opened the doors of the empire to a cunning and ruthless enemy. While the Aztecs grappled with the arrival of the Spanish, a silent killer stalked in the shadows. Unknowingly, Cortés and his men had brought with them a deadly weapon far more potent than any sword or cannon disease. Smallpox, a scourge to which the indigenous populations had no immunity, swept through the Aztec Empire like wildfire. The once bustling streets of Tenochtitlan fell silent, filled with the sick and dying. The empire's leadership, decimated by the invisible enemy, was left reeling. Their armies, weakened and demoralized, were ill-prepared for the conflict that lay ahead. The Spanish conquistadors, though few in number, possessed several advantages. Their steel armor and weaponry outmatched the Aztecs' obsidian-tipped clubs and cotton armor. Horses, animals previously unseen in Mesoamerica, provided the Spanish with superior mobility on the battlefield. Yet the Spanish conquest was not solely a matter of military might. They exploited existing tensions and rivalries within the Aztec Empire. Many indigenous groups, resentful of Aztec rule and burdened by tribute, saw an opportunity in the arrival of Cortés. They forged alliances with the Spanish, bolstering their forces and undermining Aztec unity. Section 5. Alliances forged, empires broken. The Tlaxcalans, a powerful indigenous group long subjugated by the Aztecs, became crucial allies to Cortés. Their knowledge of the land and customs proved invaluable to the Spanish campaign. Together, the Spanish and their indigenous allies marched on Tenochtitlan, their sights set on toppling the Aztec Empire. The Aztecs, weakened by disease and betrayal, fought valiantly to defend their city. Their resistance, however, was ultimately in vain. The fall of Tenochtitlan, the heart of their empire, was a devastating blow from which they would never recover. Section 6. The Siege of Tenochtitlan, a city under siege. The Siege of Tenochtitlan was a brutal and protracted affair. The Spanish, aided by their indigenous allies, cut off the city's supply lines, slowly starving the inhabitants. Cannons bombarded the once grand temples and palaces, reducing them to rubble. Within the besieged city, desperation grew. Disease and famine ravaged the population. Moctezuma II, once a powerful emperor, became a prisoner in his own palace. His death, shrouded in mystery, further demoralized the Aztec defenders. Section 7. A legacy in ruins. By August 1521, Tenochtitlan, the once mighty capital of the Aztec Empire, lay in ruins. The Spanish, victorious but weary from battle, had achieved a stunning and brutal conquest. The fall of the Aztec Empire marked the beginning of Spanish colonial rule in Mesoamerica. The consequences of this conquest were profound and enduring. The indigenous populations were decimated by disease, warfare, and enslavement. Their cultures and traditions were suppressed under Spanish rule, yet the spirit of the Aztecs, their resilience and artistry, would never be entirely extinguished. Section 8. Echoes of the Past, the Aztec Heritage. The Aztec civilization, known for its architectural marvels and rich cultural heritage, has left an indelible mark on history. From the towering pyramids to the intricate stone carvings, the Aztecs were master builders and artists. Today, the legacy of the Aztec Empire lives on. Modern-day Mexicans proudly carry forward the traditions and symbols of their ancestors. Aztec-inspired tattoos and traditional dances are just a few examples of how this ancient culture continues to influence contemporary life. Archaeological sites, such as Teotihuacan and the Templo Mayor in Mexico City, offer glimpses into their grandeur and sophistication. These sites are not just tourist attractions, they are sacred spaces that connect the past with the present, allowing us to walk in the footsteps of the Aztecs. Their art, language, and traditions continue to influence Mexican culture. Aztec hieroglyphics, for instance, are studied by scholars and artists alike, serving as a source of inspiration for modern murals and artworks. The Nahuatl language, once spoken by the Aztecs, is still taught and preserved in various communities. The story of the Aztec Empire is a reminder of the cyclical nature of power and the enduring impact of cultural exchange, both positive and negative. Historical reenactments of Aztec rituals and the vibrant markets filled with Aztec-inspired crafts showcase the deep-rooted influence of this civilization. These elements remind us of the complexities of cultural assimilation and the resilience of indigenous traditions. It is a story of resilience in the face of adversity and the enduring legacy of a civilization that, though conquered, continues to captivate the imagination. The weathered statues and bustling archaeological sites are testaments to the Aztecs' enduring spirit. Their story is not just one of conquest and loss, but also of survival and lasting influence, reminding us that the echoes of the past continue to shape our present and future. Section 9. Conclusion. Lessons from the Fall. The fall of the Aztec Empire was a complex and multifaceted event. It wasn't just a simple collapse, but a series of interconnected factors that led to its downfall. From the arrival of the Spanish conquistadors to internal strife and political instability, the Aztec Empire faced numerous challenges that ultimately led to its demise. It serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked ambition, where leaders, driven by the desire for power and expansion, often overlook the well-being of their people. The Aztec rulers, in their quest for dominance, made decisions that alienated their allies and created enemies within. The devastating consequences of disease played a significant role in the fall. The introduction of smallpox by the Europeans decimated the Aztec population, weakening their ability to resist the invaders. This biological catastrophe was something they had never encountered before, and it spread rapidly, causing widespread death and despair. The importance of cultural understanding cannot be overstated. The clash between the Aztec and Spanish cultures was not just a military conflict, but a profound misunderstanding of each other's ways of life. The lack of mutual respect and comprehension led to unnecessary violence and destruction. The Aztec Empire, though long gone, offers valuable lessons for our own time. It teaches us about the fragility of civilizations and the factors that can lead to their downfall. By studying their history, we can gain insights into our own societal structures and the potential vulnerabilities we face. It reminds us that even the mightiest empires are not invincible. No matter how powerful a nation may seem, it is always susceptible to internal and external threats. The Aztecs, with their vast armies and advanced infrastructure, fell to a combination of factors that they could not control. It underscores the interconnectedness of our world. The fall of the Aztec Empire was not an isolated event, but part of a larger global context. The arrival of the Spanish was influenced by events in Europe, and the consequences of their conquest had ripple effects across continents. The profound impact that our actions can have on others is a crucial lesson. The decisions made by a few can alter the course of history for many. The fall of the Aztec Empire changed the lives of countless individuals and reshaped the cultural and political landscape of the region. Most importantly, it compels us to remember and learn from the past. By understanding the mistakes and successes of previous civilizations, we can make more informed decisions in our own time. History is a valuable teacher, and the story of the Aztecs is a chapter we should study closely. To build a future where history does not repeat itself, we must take these lessons to heart. We must strive for cultural understanding, be wary of unchecked ambition, and recognize the interconnectedness of our world. Only then can we hope to create a more stable and prosperous future for all.